Hello.
Hi,
hello. So funny.
God almighty.
Before we were on camera, I heard some noise, and I was like, "Who's making noise?" Oh, it's the man dressed in spoons.
I was late for sound check. I didn't screen this ahead of time, y'all. You are experiencing this at the same time as I am, and I don't know what a treat it is.
Oh, you talking about my outfit?
Hey, Dad, you're retired.
Class
you're
right
living on pension. You don't have money to buy stuff.
You don't
like
have
this,
chain.
I don't pay you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the launch party, the exclusive launch stream for the Adventure Zone 5, 11th Hour. I am the oldest brother and the lowest contributor to the graphic novel project.
Hey, don't you
Justin
take that.
Tyler
How
McElroy.
dare you claim that? That's my thing.
I have lots of other gifts. Hi.
But no, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying I think I contribute less than you do.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm Travis McElroy. I'm the middleest brother. I'm the father of Magnus Burnsides.
Oh,
weird way to put that.
But it's
weirdest possible.
Say that actually.
And I'm Clint McElroy. I'm the grandfather of Magnus Burnside.
They're in there.
Why was I looking over here?
Yeah, I don't know who's there.
I don't know,
over there.
Dan.
You're looking here.
I'm Griffin McElroy, the youngest of the McElroys that are currently assembled. There are other younger McElroys now, but that's not germane to this conversation. And I helped write the dang thing.
Yep, it's true. And who are you in the corner there?
Oh, and I'm Carey Pietsch, and I'm the cartoonist.
I've always wanted to meet Carey. What an honor.
It's been so long.
You're telling me you do all the pictures.
It's true. It's true. I do.
Even the weird ones?
Especially the weird ones.
Okay.
So you drew Magnus's bare butt.
Yeah.
That's not in this book.
Disgusting. That wasn't even in the script, folks.
Yeah, that's
yes,
true.
This is all heavily scripted. Do y'all think this is the best one yet? That's what the critics are saying.
Yeah.
I gotta agree.
Yeah, Carey agrees. Trav?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
think
think
this one.
yet.
Yeah, we finally started taking it seriously on this one. I think.
Yeah, this one
we really put the work in.
Here's
That's why it came out in February instead of October, because we were
Yeah.
like, let's do this one right.
Yeah, let's really put the elbow grease into this one. I think that we've said every time that this one's the best one yet, but that's only because we wouldn't put one out like, well, there's only going to be a set number of these. This one will be Crystal Kingdom. We'll take a flyer. That one will be. That one will be perfunctory at bet. No, they've all kicked.
We're supposed to give, in case we have already said wordy nerds, we're supposed to give a language warning here. We might say some adult, not just language, but I would say concepts.
Yeah,
just tax season.
Yeah, difficult.
Just a lot of talking about S corps. It's going to be really hot stuff.
You guys got 529s for your kids? Gotta tell you about these things. It's amazing.
We're gonna be talking with Carey a lot. We've got a lot of special guests. We've got a lot of fun and frivolity. We're gonna have our first guest join us here in a bit. But Carey, I hate for you to come here and then have to leave without saying what your favorite picture is in the book that you did.
Oh, you can't make me pick. As we talked about, I drew all of them, and they all have to be my favorite while I'm drawing them.
Make you choose. Yeah. Okay, well, you think about it.
What's
the
worst
come
one
back to that.
What's the one you really blew it on?
What's the biggest picture?
Well, okay,
it is a time loop, so there are a couple of panels that I did get to just straight up.
I told you, I had you in mind when I did the thing in the first place. I was like, this one's gonna be a real time saver.
Oh, it's like a Scooby-Doo thing where the background just loops as they run across the thing. I love it. That's great.
Well, our follow-up question is, which was your favorite drawing of Merle that you did?
That wasn't any of our follow-up questions except yours. Don't include us in that.
Well,
Again, I can't possibly pick just one, but Merle always has good acting, and I especially like the face he makes when he gets bumped with Cassidy's shovel.
Yeah, it's grotesque. I was just re-perusing it and hit that point. It's like Dead Space in there. But there are pieces of Merle that just go in every which way.
Who are you dressed as?
Dad came straight from a cosplay event where he was dressed as one of the Knights Templar.
You look like you're about to tell me I just drank from the wrong cup.
You chose poorly.
You did actually.
I did.
These lights
I
are
can't
bright.
do jack with these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, how
Okay,
long
so
you think that's gonna last?
Yeah,
the
well,
whole
about 5
show?
seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start our first. Let's welcome our first batch of guests and get into our first reading.
We'll circle back with you soon, Carey.
Carey,
Well,
See you
take it.
soon.
Joining us now, joining us now from the field. We've got live reports from Aabria Iyengar and McElroy. Can you hear us?
Yes, hello.
What's the scene there where you are? What? Tell us about. Give us all the details.
You're at the Books a Million, and it's launch day, and things are just going ape shit.
There
That's
are
insane right now.
cosplayers from Monty Python and the Holy Grail everywhere.
Drag him, Aabria.
It looks like you got one in your house, Justin. You gotta run.
He's basically your dad now too, Aabria. Give him shit.
And I got to tell you, these knights, I have such admiration for the knights of old because there's so much nipple chafing going on right now.
Wow.
It's not even.
Oh, my bingo card just filled up.
That was it.
That was
Wow.
the last square.
Dad,
Nipple
you're-
chafe reference.
I have asked you not to say nipple chafing in the same building as my children, and you have violated that sacred trust.
It was the one thing Justin asked. And Megaran, how are you?
Hi. Oh,
And
things are
the
crazy
question
over
we
here.
ask everybody here: how are your nipples?
Doing well, thanks. I'm in Phoenix, pretty warm. Everything is pretty comfy. No chafing on this side. Thanks for
Nice.
asking.
That's great.
That's
That's
a service we provide to our guests. You're welcome.
I mean, I appreciate your concern. I've never been asked about it.
So
It's a-
every time we do these shows, I ask ahead of time, are we doing cosplay?
And
You
every
do.
time we say no,
No,
You do?
you didn't even ask this time. You
Well, I
broke
just
the-
assumed
you just
everybody
assumed.
was.
You just-
It's
well, you
been a
didn't
while.
even show up for sound check.
It's been a while.
I regret that now.
It's been a while since we've done a live Taz show, and I feel like Dad's just got a lot sort of like in storage in surplus.
Okay,
The
this is
man
going to be a
lives.
4-hour-long show. We
Yeah.
have to start.
All right, let's read. This.
Let's begin our reading, our
Yes.
first of the readings.
This is the temporal chalice, a relic that allows the holder to control the flow of time.
Temporal chalice, vessel of future, past, and present.
We think someone has used the chalice to create that time distortion sphere. What's more, we're worried whoever's wielding it could alter time itself.
Wait, so it can change history?
Its wielder can change history, yes, which makes it the most seductive and dangerous relic you have faced yet.
We've given the cold shoulder to your 4 other Uber tchotchkes. We can handle this one.
I hope so, Taco, because the power to fix your mistakes is a temptation that is nearly impossible to resist.
Wait, that's supposed to.
Get changed, boys. We'll reconvene at the launch bay at the top of the hour.
10 a.m.
So, do you have a way to make this impenetrable force field penetrable?
Mr. Avi has actually been working on a theory.
Sounds good. Let's get the lowdown. Avi, my man. Where is he?
On site in Wolven Gulch with the cannon.
Oh, fake fantasy, Jesus! If I had to get shot out of the cannon one more time, I would freak.
Tell me we're not going to use the gondola of death again.
No, sirs. We have a new method of transportation. You'll be traveling Air Angus.
I don't think the three of us can fit on that stick.
Are you shrinking us? We haven't done shrinking yet.
No, sirs. I've been studying magic with Mr. Taco.
Yeah, what can I say? I had to pick up a tutoring gig to pay for my gym membership. Besides, he's really good. Well, he's well taught, more accurately.
Mr. McDonald will cast gentle descent, and you will fly directly to what will hopefully be the infiltration site.
Hopefully.
It's a magic time bubble, Merle. We're all working without a net here.
Whoosh. Gentle descent. Baby's first feather fall. Whoa. Whoosh. Wobble, 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 wobble.
Yeah, Decent construction, but maybe just a little.
Whoop. Whoosh. Featherfall, the real deal in Gravity Defiance.
What happened to he's really good?
He is. But I'm Taco.
Whoosh. Sorry, I didn't see my part was next. Well, look at my precious protagonist just zooming through the wild blue yonder.
Pretty sweet, right?
Very, and I am digging that avian chess piece you're rocking.
Oh, this old thing? I picked it up from my bestie Garfield.
Griffin, it's weird I have to read this. Griffin
Yeah, you
McElroy, actual human being. Class, game master. Proficiencies, generating challenges, granting levels, guiding goofballs.
It only cost me an old armor piece and some blood.
Yikes.
Yeah, dude's just wild about my blood, I guess.
Magnus, fighter level 10, rogue level 1. A lot can happen between books. +2 to constitution, +1 to dexterity.
I got the strong mouse amulet. If it likes my jokes, I get a boost to constitution.
And if it doesn't,
I'd get struck by lightning.
we'll miss you very much, Merle. Merle, cleric level 10, rogue level -1. Hey, if the others get to do it. +1 to constitution, +1 to wisdom. What about you, Taco from TV?
This stupid slingshot. I'm going to keep it in my back pocket like the irascible troublemaker I am.
Taco, transmutation wizard level 10, rogue level 0. Wanted it for his resume. +1 to intelligence, +1 to dexterity. Ding!
So, aren't you going to cancel my spell and let us plunge to the ground or send us into a tornado or some other gruesome death-dealing scenario?
No, of course not. Woof.
We're already in trouble with Kravitz for dying so many times.
Yeah, he seemed really pissed about that.
Oh, yes. Vroom, I remember.
Ooh.
Woven Gulch, 10:30 a.m.
Nice landing.
No, thanks, Abby. What's the sitch?
Avi, race human, class launch specialist, proficiencies occasional advanced man, operating oversized artillery, revising percentages.
It's really interesting. The temporal energy fluctuates in intensity. It gets weaker, then stronger, then weaker. And I think I've locked onto the pattern.
Oh, wow. Look at the size of this bad boy. Is this a modified version of the Jaeger 68?
No, that's a prototype of the even newer Jaeger 69, which
Nice.
has no problem
Please don't say
blasting you right to that barrier.
that. When you say no problem,
I am 94% sure that if I shoot you out of the cannon point blank when the distortion energy level's at its lowest, you'll go through.
have you tested it?
A few rocks, a skull. Maybe I'm 91% sure.
91%? Well, I'm sold. Let's do it.
I don't suppose you've given any thought to how we're going to get back out, have you?
Oh. Yeah, I guess we should figure that out, huh?
Yeah, Avi, we should fucking figure that out.
Avi, do they have a gopher problem around these parts? A big gopher problem?
Scrumble, scrumble. Scree! Scree! Scree!
Never mind. Not
Why did-
gophers.
Why do they sound so much like guinea pigs when Griffin does it, though?
What a woom. Scree! Wave of thunder, concussive force.
Whoa, that gym membership is really paying off.
Scree! Scree! Gleam! Sweet, sweet, sweet!
What? That's it? They're leaving? I didn't get to chop anything.
Phew, that was close. I'm pretty sure they've been prowling around here for a while now. I think they were looking for something.
Oh, was it maybe a righteous ass whipping? Because they found it.
I thought purple worms were supposed to be huge, like the size of a bunch of trains all bundled together, hundreds of feet long and dozens of feet wide.
Wait, you mean those were baby worms?
Pretty much.
Taco is not good out here.
This is so cool.
10:58 a.m.
Whoa.
Inertia charm. Effect reduces momentum. Description prevents rapid acceleration, hopefully.
One more thing, sirs. When you pass through the time distortion,
If they pass through the time distortion,
you won't be able to communicate with us.
you will truly be on your own.
So brace yourselves, adventurers. Croon. For the time of your lives. Tick, 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 tick.
Right. So roll call. Taco is present-ish. Magnus?
I think I'm still here.
Good enough. Merle? Seconded.
Whoop, whoop.
Looking for something?
I'm just checking to see if Kravitz is coming to harvest our dead ass souls. Looks like we're in the clear.
Don't look so disappointed. What do your elf eyes see?
Whoa.
Well, sir, I see we're in the traveling entertainment business called a real flyover town.
Ooh, sounds rustic.
Oh, it's rustic as hell.
Great. I have a proficiency in rustic hospitality.
What? That doesn't even.
Do your elf eyes see this shit?
Greetings, visitors. Welcome to Refuge.
Yay! And then it all burns up.
Yay!
Yay!
Wow, that was great.
You all did so good. Thank you for doing that for us.
How can
and
people
with
give you?
us.
How can people give you money for your art?
Good question.
Well,
You go first. You go first.
okay, all right. I'm on the spot here. I do 2 songs a month on Patreon, patreon.com/Megaran. It's capital M, capital R, so it looks like Meg Ryan the first time you look at it, but it's not.
I did see that
Huh.
the first time I saw it.
I see it now. I didn't see
Yeah,
it
it's
before.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
you've
That's
messed
all
me
I can
up.
see.
But don't support Meg Ryan on Patreon. I know you're going to
No.
be tempted. Support Meg
She
Ryan.
doesn't need it. Support me. I make
She's
songs
fine.
and all kinds of things, and I'm working on a children's album that is coming along.
Oh,
Really.
really?
Ooh,
Yeah, I can't
I
wait
can't
to
wait.
hear that.
Oh, that's dope. Nice. And hi, you can catch me wherever fine RPGs are done. Right now, you can catch me over at Worlds Beyond Number, a brand new podcast. Our first episode drops on March 1st. And you can
Ooh.
follow and support us on Patreon.
Hear good things.
I'm very excited for both of the things you all are working on.
Yes,
Yay!
excellent.
Thank you for making them.
Thanks for making the time to be here, y'all. We really appreciate it.
Seriously.
It's so fun. Congratulations, y'all.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
y'all.
Thank y'all. Bye.
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 Let's bring Carey back in here.
Yeah. And while she does, while we do, I want to talk real quick. Let's talk about the part where we said the worms were the size of, quote, a bunch of trains bundled together.
Yeah.
Why did we decide? We all know how analogies work. How did
Right.
we settle on a bunch of trains bundled together as a metric for what size? something
What?
is?
How else would you? Okay, let's get Ben in
There's
here, too.
bigger things than trains, right?
What?
I mean, if we look at the process of writing a graphic novel as just a series of sieves, that was just something I said in the podcast to describe a big thing, which then got transcribed into like a rough outline of the graphic novel, which then made it through several revisions and several drafts until I ended up on the printed page, folks.
What it represents, Justin, is that sometimes real life human beings say shit, and other people are like, "Why did they say
That's
that?"
real. That's
Right?
real.
This is real. This is how real Americans talk, Justin.
That's
But
none
what
of your
kept it-
Ivy Leaguers.
What kept it alive was the fact that I think in the back of our minds we kept remembering how much Carey loves drawing trains.
Yeah.
I was
right.
just gonna say, you guys are thinking about Rockport and how much
Right.
fun the big scene with the trestle bridge was.
Okay, let's get
yeah.
Ben on here, and I this is my favorite segment. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
And our editor. This is my favorite segment every year, and sadly, I'm going to have to miss it this time because I have to go put my son to bed. But I will hopefully be back in time to catch the tail end of it. So,
Griffin, really quick before you leave,
yeah.
I'm going to embarrass all of you. Hello, I haven't
Yeah.
talked to you all since your fucking book came out. Hi.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You did
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
you.
To be fair, though, we
The
talked like
possession on
2
that is a
days
little-
ago. You're like,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible.
And
Please,
Ben,
sounds
I
like
would-
don't talk.
didn't
I would
talk to you
argue
today.
that-
Anyway, congratulations, Griffin. Go take care of your child.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I would argue, Ben, that it is our book collectively, if it is anybody's book, because if it's even readable, if it's legible, even all that. Well, I guess the
If
letter.
it's printed, if it made it to
Yes,
print
yeah.
on time, it is because of this.
I physically carry it to the printer, which is awkwardly in China. But we forget.
Hey, you do what you got to do.
It's a
Yeah.
long walk.
Yeah. Hi, Ben. Welcome. Congratulations to you as well.
Hello.
So what are we here to discuss today?
Well, I
Our
am
contracts.
for folks who that's Callista's job. That's not my
Okay,
job.
yeah, I don't worry about that.
So for folks who are new here, hello, I am Ben Wilgus. I am everybody's editor on this particular project. And I
The
started
people's
working with you
editor,
guys
as they call him.
in 2018, which is wild to me. Both that's a wild, and also that we made 5 books in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of books.
So many books.
We're mostly here in this particular moment for Carey Pietsch, who has a delightful presentation that she's made for us. And I want to stress to the audience that the guys have intentionally not seen this because there's some wild swings in this one that we wanted them to experience in real time. No, there's one slide in particular, and you know which one I'm thinking of.
We'll have fun. We have fun here.
Yeah. Carey.
Okay, so let's bring up the slides. Thank you, Tom. Okay, so I wanted to talk this time about what's going to be new this time around, which is that I spent the end of the previous book and the start of this one learning very basic 3D modeling in Blender. It was a lot easier than I thought, so you've really got nothing to lose by giving it a shot. Also, it's free. I think the most
It's easy
annoying
for
thing.
you, but you're very talented and good at this.
That is very kind of you. I'm excited to show you some evidence that I was not when I started out, and you can too learn this process.
Thank you for the setup, Travis.
Yeah, huge gift. Anyway, the most annoying thing is learning all the shortcuts, but like if you've ever played a video game, I think you will be fine. Next slide. So here's what I made following tutorials as I was starting out so you can get a sense of the progression. Next slide. So there are a lot of good tutorials out there. Some people swear by the donut one. I like Grant Abbott's, which are much more modeling focused. So I made some basic shapes, assigned them some colors, and then I got really overconfident and was like, oh, the next tutorial is just to make a little blocky self-portrait. I bet I can make a really fancy one.
Also, I love that she says like the donut one as if she's like, I'm a noob. I don't know anything. I'm just going to throw around these insider terms that as if they mean anything.
The donut one.
It's a tutorial where you make a donut in Blender. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, I thought it was an episode of Friends. Okay.
All right, next slide. So that's me.
That's a Carey.
That's me.
That's a Carey. Hey, let me tell you what I
Just
know
like
about
Carey.
Carey.
Just
Let
like
me
Carey.
know. Let me tell you the 2 things I know about Carey. Love solving mysteries with the flashlight.
Yep.
Got squished by a bulletin board, and now can be mailed from place to place like Flat Stanley.
Wants
Exactly.
really wants her MTV.
I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it looks like there's like this one tooth. I think is my favorite
Yes.
part.
Ben, that's my giant smile. I'm insulted that you can't tell how happy I am in this
Also,
portrait to
Carey,
be admiring Blender.
I don't judge anyone's life choices, but I really do think you need to get LASIK because you need to move your pupil from the top of your eye to the front of it.
I mean, sometimes you just wake up and it's gone through the back of the
I-
head. I don't know what
Yeah,
to tell
man.
you.
I've slept in my contacts too, but I've been there.
And I only want to look at this image for the rest of my life.
Carey, can you explain why this happened?
No.
Why is this so garbage
I
here?
can't. It's really hard to select very small things in Blender when you are starting out and a fool like I was. I won't take further questions on this slide, so let's
Okay.
move to
All
the
right,
next
fair.
one.
Yes, thank you.
So here I am one more time,
Okay.
just for good
Yeah.
luck, floating in the void because I'm a little haunted, but I think my haircut is still pretty good.
How is this? Now this is art though. Like
Yeah,
this
now
feels
it's
like
art.
art to me.
Oh,
Now this is
not for
video
long.
game. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. Next slide. So 2 important things that made Blender a good fit for me personally. One is that I love making miniatures, and the other one is that I really love kludges. So I'm bad at making things perfect, but pretty good at throwing stuff together that mostly works for like a very specific thing that you need.
Carey, can you define kludge for us,
Yes,
please?
please.
Kind of when you need to throw something together last minute at a convention and you didn't bring any of your signs, but you've got some tape and construction paper that a child chewed on. So you're going to do your best and it will fall apart after half an hour, but it'll hold until then. So that's fine. So
I was gonna guess Norwegian dessert, but yours is better. Got it. Okay.
Other IKEA favorites, the kludge.
Yeah.
And the thing that we needed here was some basic sets for the 11th hour. So I started working towards building those. So I learned how to build houses out of blocks and cliffs out of a bunch of tubes. And I kept playing around. Let's go to the next
Wait,
slide.
wait, hang on. Tell it. You told me this before, but how you made the horse was actually the incredibly cursed horse.
Oh,
You
yeah.
start with like a flat horse.
You start
and
with
then
the
just,
flat
like-
horse and then you expand it outwards like you're working on a children's helium balloon. And
Yeah.
then you get
That's
kind of
how
a
God
horse-shaped
did it.
object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Carey, real quick before we get, I know we got a lot to get through, but
We got
as a layman, what is the goal of using this? Like, what is the advantage of this versus just doing everything by hand? I guess I don't know if that's the right term, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I gotcha. I think you absolutely don't need to do any of this shit to make comics. I know a lot of people who just draw it all on paper. I don't have a lot of like visual RAM, so it's hard for me to hold a whole environment in my head at once. I have a much easier time like moving things around if I can kind of build on some kind of scaffolding. So in this case, building a bunch of like really simple sets helped for the, when there's like a big establishing shot with like a train or like a giant purple worm or like a complicated mine shaft, it's really helpful to be able to zoom a little camera around and get a sense of what that might look like from different angles.
And also,
Cool.
she can
Okay.
do like really wild perspectives and stuff, and have the computer be doing the perspective math, so she can
Mhm.
concentrate
Oh,
on the
okay.
face that Taco is making in that shot.
Oh,
which is-
cool.
So you're making your own reference.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So I know people who do this in like Animal Crossing or Room Style or SketchUp. It's really whatever floats your
Really?
boat.
Okay.
For
Sorry,
sure.
Carrie. We have waylaid you.
No,
Okay.
no, it's all a
Yeah.
treat to talk about. Thank you. So after this, let's go to the next slide. I felt like I had the basics to get like pretty much down after the self-portrait. So I copied the houses, I copied the cliffs, and then I did it several more times and kind of smushed all that together. Next slide. And eventually I made a little town. So there's tiny, tiny refuge.
Cool.
Next slide. So for all of this, I was working in 2D first, so designing things as a drawing and then taking them into 3D to build them up and kind of make my own reference like you guys are talking about. So I felt really lucky for Refuge to be able to build on Griffin's original map for the podcast, which was a huge help and really cool.
Yeah, OG Taz fans are like losing their mind right now.
Okay, to be fair, I saw that one on the left and I was like, that's really familiar.
It's great. I feel like figuring out logistically where everything is such that the things that happen make narrative and spatial sense is often the hardest part of designing environments for me. But here it was all decided already, which really saved me a lot of time and heartache. Next slide. I made a bunch of interior sets too. These were great for loose reference for distance shots like I was talking about. So when the camera is zoomed way out, great, fantastic, it works. But it does kind of fall apart if you look at it too closely.
I also
Next.
really love your vaporwave lighting and all of that.
Yeah, I'm into it.
This is absolutely a treat for me is how can we make things look as cotton candy as possible.
Yeah.
Next slide. So the trees are kind of these weird floating UFO cones, and the clock tower is like a bunch of loosely jumbled sticks because I don't know how to add more faces to an object once I built the basic structure. Next slide. Also, I don't know how clipping works, so anything that's not floating just intersects everything else. So here we have Lucretia just kind of standing right up through a giant brick of a bathtub, but
Yeah,
I
so-
think that's normal.
If anybody's looking at this on their phone or a small screen, there's like a very faint pink outline where you can see Lucretia's feet on the bottom of the right hand side here is what Carrie's
Man, we
talking
should
about.
charge extra for that.
Oh no, Lucretia feet pics.
I
It's
gotta
fine.
go. I gotta go.
Don't worry about it. Next slide. Other problems with these models, the delicious food they're serving on this famous cooking show is all icospheres. Also, it's flying. Next slide. But if you don't look too closely, it really works for what I needed it to do. So let's talk about that on the next slide. So here's how I used it. And again, the quick caveat, you don't need to do any of this to make comics. It's really whatever floats your boat. Plenty of people just do this all on paper and can hold it in their head just fine. Next slide. I found it really helpful for complicated large areas like we were talking about. So like this page where the gang makes it to the bottom of the mine shaft trap sequence for the first time. And is it cheating? Yes, but I love cheating. I think comics can get really hard if you let them get elaborate, and you really need to use whatever tools work for you in the way that works for you to get things done.
And I think you meant to talk about this on your next slide, but I'm going to mess up your progression here and be like, the thing that I love here, though, is you do always start with a thumbnail. And then you're, instead of like having the art in the book be like, you know, controlled by the models that you made, you're making the models do your original thing that you planned in the really early thumbnails, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, that's how it works for my process. I make sure that I'm only bringing the models in after I've already thought about composition. So incorporating them either at the thumbnail or the pencil stage, which is important to me because it means that I'm thinking about story first and not just what's an easy angle for me to navigate to in Blender.
I think they're less stiff this way too.
Sweet. Yeah. That's what we're hoping for. Next slide. So in Istis's temple, again, I knew the kind of shot I wanted, even if like the layouts are really not meant to be seen by anybody other than me. The basic idea is there, and the 3D model was mostly helpful for that specificity of like the detailed finicky entryway and like how far away those columns were meant to be. Next slide. Here's a shot of refuge that I use the 3D model for, and I think this one's cool because you can see me drawing right on top of the 3D model at the pencil stage to add things like not just windows, but like people, porches, more things to flesh out the town and the goofy signs. Again, I feel like the 3D model is really useful as scaffolding that you can then build the rest of the drawing on top of.
Very briefly, I'm going to say something I think only Clinton will care about. I just love how your shorthand for them in the layout are like little Star Trek symbols.
Yeah.
They are a little bit. Yeah.
Hi, I'm back, everybody.
Hi, Griffin.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
See, what's
You're
funny
back.
is you said that, Ben, and my thought was in the pencil stage thinking about like, oh, it's like the flats from Blazing Saddles, so it's the fake town. Yeah, okay, great.
All right, next slide. So Blender is really a way for me to outsource some of that work to my past self, who also got to make little doll houses, which is inherently fun for me. So here's the Davy lamp. Again, you can see me drawing right on top of the models after I figured out the composition I wanted at the thumbnail stage. I really like Cone Taco in the layouts there. Mm-hmm. Next slide. So if you have the book, there's a lot more detailed info in the back matter on the kind of models that I used in Blender tutorials, but they were all really fun to make, and it's been fun to talk about, and I hope you enjoy reading it.
Also, big shout out to our designer, Molly Johansson, where
Yes.
we just throw a bunch of stuff at them, and they make this beautiful back matter for us.
They are very powerful, and I am so grateful.
And
Next
when
slide.
we open
So
Refuge World, be ready.
As long as you don't need anything to not float, we'll be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Next slide. Okay, so speaking of things that aren't perfect, but that do exactly what I need them to do, we have one more treat in the process segment, and I will hand it over to Ben to take us on this ride.
All right, so those of you who have been to previous Adventure Zone virtual live shows will know what this part is. Tom, you can take us to the next slide. As you might have seen, Carey's very early layouts are pretty rough, and I want to stress I don't get to see these either. Like nobody, this is Carey's like secret hoard of terrible drawings that only she gets to see normally, except for this one time where she gets into her beautiful treasure chest of like wild shit and takes some of it out. So for our next sequence, Tom, next slide, please. My favorite, fun with layouts, as is tradition. So guys, we have plenty of time here. So we're going to give you an opportunity to try to figure out what this panel is.
Oh boy.
Before we do the big reveals. We're going to start with an easy one, and it's going to get more unhinged as we go, because that's how I feel like that's the Adventure Zone spirit, honestly.
Right.
So Tom, we want to go next. All right. So
I know it. Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, it's Taco, Magnus, and Merle, obviously.
Right. I believe this is after Merle has just outed himself as a time relativistic theorist.
Wow.
nicely done.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
my favorite thing here is that in Carey's layout, she still understands one of the most important parts of Taco's acting, which is his ear language.
Right.
Like that's in the DNA. So you can do the reveal, Tom. That is in fact.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Exactly right.
I love how when the more insane the panel is, the more you try to preserve that energy through to the final art as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Try to
Right.
capture the goblin energy as much as I can.
Mhm.
All right, next one.
Wow.
Baby
Ah.
sandworms.
Oh.
Clinton, you're killing it.
Wow,
Yeah.
from downtown.
I saw
Yeah.
this and I thought it was just a horrible hand,
I thought it was the worst hand.
like terrible fingernail goblin, kind of like. Go.
It's just
there you go.
the bongo boss from Ocarina
That's
of
exactly
Time.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Something with Angus. No?
No.
I think this is at the ball. No, this is when Taco finds Magnus eating scones with Paloma.
You guys are like killing it this
Yeah,
year.
you're on
I'm
point.
really I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I haven't read this book in about 4 months.
Thanks for your support, Trav.
Yeah,
really.
Trav. Wow.
I wrote it. I'm not-
Again, the stuffed cheek shorthand. Beautiful top grade cartooning here. Next.
Mhm.
Thank you.
No,
Wow.
this is huh.
Huh.
I don't remember this one.
This is an
so-
energy one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like, what's the energy here?
I'm guessing it's Taco. Magnus and Merle are surprised by something that Taco is delighted by or very afraid of.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tom, you wanna Damn.
Okay,
Wow.
I feel like I should have
Yeah.
had the context of what the scene was.
Oh, and the Merle bun. The Merle bun.
Yeah.
No.
Should have gotten Merle from the bun.
Oh my god, this next one. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, when the penises came. And
No.
band, it was Josie and
No,
the
we
penises.
cut that part. We cut that part.
That part's gone.
Oh, right.
This looks like a strong bad sort of.
I'm channeling the
Homestar
brothers'
runner.
caps as best I can. Oh, I did end up flipping positions of two people in the
That's
final
worst
shot for
part is
this
I
one.
can tell you did that.
Yeah.
Is that the Umber staff?
Mm,
He's holding.
No.
Tom, you wanna?
It looks like a stand-up bass. No.
Ah,
You can tell this Angus is so cursed.
That
Oh,
is that
Angus.
really does look like a drawing that you do on a map to warn people
Don't go here.
So yeah,
of a
I'm
great
so
evil.
Sorry,
never go in the elevators.
he's having a
Mm-mm.
hard time. All right, next.
Oh,
Oh,
Huh.
good.
Huh.
Oh, go ahead, Dad. You gesticulated first. I feel like
Is it
I
the-
think it's a
when the-
musical staff, right?
Is it when the wall explodes?
is it when Cassidy escapes from jail?
I will
Ooh.
say this one's horrifying. Is
Uh-oh.
all. I'll
Oh, it's
say.
Merle getting hit in the head.
Well, all right, Tom, you wanna?
Whoa.
Oh, one of the many death
one of many death scenes. I think my note was meant to be silhouette, but it just looks like luh at this
I
point.
thought it was like there's like a Scottish kind of like a thing going
Yeah.
on here. There's a lot for new people who have not read this book yet. There's a lot of funny deaths. There was a conversation early on. We were like, we have to kill these guys like a lot, and
Yeah.
it's different when you see it. And
Yeah.
finding that balance of like they are clearly dead, but in a funny way,
In a
Yeah.
hilarious, yeah.
that way.
It's hard to walk that line. I feel like I ended up leaning pretty heavily on just perfect ham bones sticking out of unexpected body parts when they get
Yeah.
covered to try to balance it out.
It
Sure.
really harkened back to the Gerblin days, and you're just dismembering so many Gerblins.
Oof. Yeah.
Good
He really
times.
got
Good
me.
times.
Fine,
Easy,
fine.
simpler times.
Different era.
Back when you used
Different
to be
era.
able to
You
kill a
used to
man.
be able to, yeah.
All right,
you guys
next.
know how hard the censors have been writing us in this book. You have
Yeah,
no
sure.
idea.
There's that. There's the.
There
There
it
it
This is him
is.
getting hit on the head, right?
There it is.
Yeah.
You wanna? There we go.
Oh God! I look like Gumby.
It's like the eyes.
Oh, I
going
did.
in
I looked
different-
at some Gumby drawings. That's a good pull.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Mhm.
There's a Gumby bot account that like tweets
That
multiple Gumbies every day, and I live by that thing. It keeps me going. Next one.
I've been looking for something to keep me going. That sounds good. That's a good recommendation, Ben. Thank you.
In these dark times,
So this is a variation on a theme. I feel.
I mean, it's definitely they're surprised, upset by something. Yeah, they're dismayed. I
I
would
think
say.
we changed the order of this one again too.
Oh
you want-
yeah.
We've included this one mostly because of how it perfectly captures once again the layout energy of I really like the upside down cat mouth of horror a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the Merle mouth. I assume the kind of child's drawing of a bird mouth translates very well to the real one.
Yeah.
Mhm,
He has
mhm.
a very expressive face. They all do.
Yeah.
All right, so next.
Well, this is what happens when someone gets too excited. And what is this? It's an
Uh,
explosion.
Wait a minute.
Good, Trav.
That's good, Trap. Is it?
It blew their body off?
This is an emotionally resonant explosion. Well,
June
mild
bug?
spoilers.
Oh,
this
is
the
it
June bug moment?
Raven's Roost?
That's a different book. Oh wait, no, never mind. That is
This bug.
Pardon
That is
me.
Wow.
I would never. I would never.
It's like we're working on multiple books at once or something.
Oh,
Just
no.
there, no.
You have to be
People
crazy.
gotta buy this one if they want to see the next one.
I'm not.
we
I
don't know.
refuse to be the Tom Holland of the Adventures in graphic novel series.
All right, Tom, speaking of which.
Okay.
Oh, this is
Oh,
before
right.
a very important moment.
Sure. I mean, they're all important moments.
Yeah, buy the book.
You think
Watching-
by the book.
By the way, watching people lose their minds in the chat before this started, where they were talking about various heart-wrenching secret moments in this book, was
This
very
is the
delightful.
one,
They
man.
all start out like this.
We
I
got
was
nasty
thinking
in this
about
one.
it though when
Yeah.
this one was coming out.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the one where there's like 9 different oh my heart moments." Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
up until now, it's been like, "Oh, we're really in the moment. Oh, this is fun. Oh, they're singing Grease Lightning or whatever." And then it's
Yeah.
like, this is one where we talk about tragic backstories.
feasting
Yeah,
on
for
the
sure.
tears of our readers for this one.
That's right.
All right, next.
Oh, I don't
This is when
remember this.
Taco hatched out of
Classic.
his wonderful little egg.
I
I
mean,
don't know what that guy in the left is doing.
But I like him.
Yeah.
Tom,
I
you
like
wanna?
the fact that Carey signed this one down the bottom corner.
Oh, that's true. All right, we're getting close to the end here. Next.
That's
This
okay.
is a personal
That's
favorite, yeah.
that's Roswell.
Yes, being
Bursting
flattened
in.
against Roswell has just run into a painting of a tunnel.
Oh no, this is Roswell
The Dark Souls
redoing the
DLC.
"Take on Me"
Yeah.
music video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
everyone was
oh,
exactly
what? Back
correct.
1 second. I love that you added all the extra diamond eyes. By the way. That was
Yeah,
a nice
sure.
touch.
The bird
Yeah,
needs
nice.
them
Yeah.
All right, next.
A
Um,
boa
the last
constrictor
one.
strangling Angus.
Merle getting
Merle-
smashed in the face with a
No.
pie.
Do you
That's-
remember which smashing in the face?
no.
All right, last
How do
one,
you
Tom.
choose?
This is
Oh,
pretty good.
God.
In the
Yeah.
spa. Okay.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Dang it.
All
Look at
right.
that.
What's, so what's the
Hairy
final
chest.
score?
Look at
Who
that.
was
You
keeping
guys
score?
did
that
really
whole
good,
thing?
actually.
That was
You'll have to
much
ask
better than I
Jen.
expected.
Yeah.
I feel like you got most of them. I was surprised by the specificity of scene.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Uh,
So I will say so now you have to deal with me a little bit longer because I also got deputized appropriately for this book to also run the Q&A.
Oh boy.
okay.
So we're gonna roll right into that.
Cool.
And bless Amanda and Sarah have very handily organized some lovely questions from our audience. Before we get started, I have been reminded to let you guys know that there is an event exclusive purchase.
Oh my
As a
gosh.
reminder, you can buy copies of the 11th Hour with the event exclusive promotion from Left Bank Books and Brookline Booksmith while supplies last. And their order page is I can't read this URL that was pasted to me, but it is probably in the chat. Oh, never mind. It's bit.ly TazGN Live 2023, which makes sense. And the exclusive is likely to sell out during the event. So if you want that, you should get on that. So moving
They're
on
fun
from there,
trading cards. They are really cute.
they are very fun
Yeah,
trading
very
cards.
good trading cards.
It's fun because we do those like a significant time after the book is over, so we have to like get back into book mode to do the trading cards. and it's
We've
very
also
fun.
partnered with the U.S. Mint to produce these beautiful coins.
Ooh, coins.
Oh my
We've
god! All right.
done
We have
questions.
questions, and we
Okay.
are going to say who these are from because people took the time to put them in. So first of all, I want to make sure we get to this from Caitlin. She, her. What was the most difficult part of adapting the 11th Hour arc into a graphic novel? Do you guys remember? It's been a while. I remember some things that really sucked about trying to adapt this. I remember multiple very long phone calls.
Well, I mean, I don't. There were some very long phone calls, but I think it was just the fact that we had to fit this whole time loop thing in without. I know very early on we said, okay, we've got to come up with some devices so that we can skip ahead. In
Right.
like, let's start
There's
at
a lot
noon.
of formatting. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start at noon in Groundhog Day instead of 9:30.
Yeah.
And that was something we had to figure out. But I mean, the solutions are pretty well defined. And
And I
then what
remember
else? The
A lot of it was like figuring out where things to go because we had these little flashback sequences. And I
Yeah.
think
Right.
originally that was all in the beginning of the book. And then we realized it was making it take too long to get started.
Yes. We also did sort of the key, like the most essential and most challenging thing for these adaptations, which is trying to figure out what characters can carry kind of multiple purposes within the story so as not to overload the book with characters and plotting. And so this was, I mean, this one is where the rubber really hit the road on that account. You know, the past ones were, I would say, easy compared to, from a writing perspective at least. They were pretty straightforward compared to this one, where we're like, okay, wait, there's no way we can do this whole sub story with this character that doesn't have anything else to do in the rest of the arc. Can we somehow make that happen, but have this character be the one who does? So that was the big struggle.
I feel like early on we had a conversation where we just made a list of all of our favorite characters we wanted to make sure we kept.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, what stuff can we take from other characters and give to them to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we wiped out the whole purple kerchief gang. Like, that.
Yeah, sure. There was also the tone thing that you brought up earlier of just like,
Yeah.
you know, when you paint with this particular brush, by which I mean use this genre, like part of the macabre fascination, I think, is like part of it, and you can't kind of avoid it. And so we wanted to do like they die a lot sequence, and then we read it after we'd written it, like, Jesus Christ, this is going to be a dark one, folks.
And not just that, I mean, combine that with what we're talking about, of like, there's a lot of backstory stuff, there's a lot of like character with character interaction, you know, and so there's a lot more of like, how hard can we go into, and they get murdered a lot, while also being like, and also here's some sad stuff, please finish reading this book, please don't stop now. No.
Again, props to Carey, because that like tone is conveyed. I think that the tightrope that we kind of had to walk, we could only do so much from the writing side on, and it had to be like how everything was drawn, that you know, our success or failure at hitting that tone worked. And I think
the time loop structure helped a lot with that too, I think, because we did end up kind of condensing a lot of the goofiest deaths into the sequence kind of in the middle of the book, and that gave them the kind of breakup in the visual language of stopping one loop and starting another. Hopefully gives people a chance to like, okay, take a deep breath, and now we're going to be serious again.
Yeah, the mine stuff with like the locker, making your way through the mine was the one where we're like, this was goofy when we did it, and it's goofy now. Yeah,
and the minecart chase. I mean, and that was one of the first instances, and it's gotten more often as we progress through the books. I mean, if we were to do more books,
right?
That where we would do our the scripts and then put little notes off to the side, and we'd put a note off the side and say, "Yeah, Carey can figure this out.
Yeah,
Carey can make this work."
Okay, that's like 8 minutes on one question. Next.
Yeah, how are we doing?
Well, I actually have a Carey specific question because
Perfect.
we love Carey here. Kind of building on something you just said, Anna wanted to know how you kept the art like feeling fresh when the nature of the arc is repetition. Like, are there particular things you did to keep it from feeling monotonous?
Oh, well, you know, before we started this book, I was so excited about being able to reuse artwork, and I think I ended up reusing like 2.5 panels altogether. So there's one big splash panel that gets repeated. There's some elements in the chalice sequences, and I think their legs every time they wake up are the same. But
great.
I feel like what's really interesting for me about time loop stories, or one of the things I love, is what kind of changes, even though so many elements are staying the same. So like every time they wake up, it's the start of the same wake up, but what have they just done that might change the way they're feeling, and how does that change their acting in that sequence? So the goal was always to try to keep that novel feeling in it.
And we had some real fun with how to portray time loops.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, no spoilers, but we had a lot of fun with that one. That was a good time. So let's see. This is an easy one. I actually don't know what you guys are going to say. Who T, any pronouns, wants to know, who are your favorite characters from the 11th Hour arc of the new folks who showed up?
Oh shit. Okay, I'll take one that I don't think the other boys. I really like Istis in the book. I think Istis is a great design, and just like seeing her on the page again, I remember like what a cool like kind of moment that was when we got into the temple, and it was such a shift in the like episodes and the recording of just like this moment of respite in the middle of this like high pressure kind of arc, that I was just like, oh, this is nice. And it was nice to see it again.
I don't know if we've talked about this, but this was kind of the first one that me and Dad sort of did a relay race on writing wise. And every time I got to write a scene that had Cassidy in it, it took me like 90 seconds to write it because it's the just first thought, best thought, just stream of consciousness stuff that comes out of Cassidy's mouth is very fun and easy to write. I wish we could write a book that's just 8 Cassidys talking to each other. We could
But it would
at least
sell out so bad we'd kill all the trees on Earth.
Yeah.
I really like Ren a lot. I've always had Ren is one of my favorites. I like Taco, seeing the impact that he has on people. I feel like it contextualizes him really well to see someone who purports to be so self-interested, but has these like real connections and is always moved when people like look up to him. I think because on some level he doesn't think that he deserves that kind of adulation. So I know that's seeing Ren very much through a Taco specific lens, but the Ren is one of my favorites.
And Roswell, I mean,
yeah.
They are incredible. I mean,
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
the visual was, and that's Carey.
yeah.
It just really brought that home.
But I think that not to expand the question far beyond that, but my favorite thing about it being a time loop is there's not a character in Refuge that I wasn't like, this person is great, because we time looped it, it was like the same 10 people, and then not to mention like the flashback stuff where we get into like the kids and Julia, and you get into Cezanne, was it?
Philippe.
Philippe.
What did we
Spoilers.
change it to? Oh, Philippe, yeah.
Why did we change that?
Wait,
Justin picked a name from freaking.
I had been reading the
Mistborn.
Mistborn series, and I didn't think I was going to need a name, and I needed one right then, which is you're want to do sometimes in the podcasting world. So I said the first name that I said, which was Zed, which was one of the main characters in the Mistborn. Stop eating the cord, cat. One of the main characters in the Mistborn series. So I didn't think that made sense. It's one of those that's like, as soon as I said it, I was like, where did that come? Fuck. Okay, well, I guess, yeah. TM. And sorry, Brando.
All right, Carey.
This was the first appearance of Mavis and Mookie.
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
all
sure.
of them, yeah.
Aw.
Carey, who's your favorite?
I'm going to cheat and say I can't pick one because everybody has to be my favorite while I'm
it's
drawing
Merle.
them. Because
'Cause it's
otherwise,
Merle.
I mean, I can't. We'll confirm that off mic. But otherwise, unless they are my favorite in the moment, I would never be able to put care into drawing them 50 or 1 or 200 or 1 or 2,000 times. I will say I'm really into melodrama as like a fun over the top acting thing. So anytime a character is written with that kind of dialogue or where I can come up with fun acting for how they're doing something, it is a treat for me to get to work on. And I feel like Ren and Istis and Cassidy all had a lot of that in this book, which was a real treat.
Yeah.
I will
And
say,
Paloma too.
And Paloma. And
honestly,
Junebug.
briefly, because this isn't about me, I love both Isaac and June so much as like
Yeah.
opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of
Yeah.
decent person. And I liked both versions of June. And that's all I'll say about that for spoiler reasons. So we have our final question. We have time for just one more. And I'm telling you officially, you can answer this question. Somebody, Amanda L, wants to know, how far in advance does work on the graphic novel start before release? And are we already working on the Suffering game?
We're done. We decided with that, if you read this book, you'll notice it's got a very final ending to it. We just don't. And
Can
they
I-
want it, man. First, second, and fans were like, please do more, please do more. And we 4 McElroys were like, fuck you. We just don't. I'm not going to do anymore.
I had to open up the book discreetly during this very Q&A to ensure that the back matter included a mention of the Suffering game, just to make sure that it was review. Yeah,
we're far enough now. We're already working on story and song. Like we're already working on. Like
we're working on
we're
book
gonna
13.
No, Ben,
you
you
just
can't
I did
silence me.
open this door. I did open
Ben,
this
you
door.
can't
That's
silence
true.
me. We're gonna finish this series, and then retire to a cave in somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
We have to do the eighth
Secret
volume, the Adventures of
DLC.
Cassidy,
Yeah.
that Ben just
8
agreed
Cassidy.
to.
Adventures
Right.
of all the
Ben just
Cassidys.
said we could do
The
it.
Cassidy multiverse. This is very good.
It'll be a novella. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no, we're almost done with Suffering Game, honestly.
Yeah.
Carey's-
We are
Carey's-
deep into working on it and have been for a long time. I've been working on the big boss fight scene lately, which has been a delight.
We have time for one more question because you guys were so efficient with delivering spoilers here. Carey, I have one bonus question here.
Okay.
PD, they then wants to know, what was your favorite thing to color in this book?
Ooh, oh, well, I feel like I already used my cop-out answer of they're all my
You did.
favorites, so I can't cheat. I do really love flashy magic effects and super saturated colors. So I think the mine cart ending of the book, big chase sequence, was a real treat because they go through so many different kinds of locations, and it was fun to try to make it all work and be like visually interesting, even though they are in a dark cave, but it's lit by fantasy magic, so don't worry about it.
I liked that you made the canyons look like delicious candy.
They
Oh,
do
thank
look
you.
good.
I should
And
be
the time
clear.
bubble looks great.
I
The
should be
time bubble
clear.
is awesome.
When we say we're working on these graphic novels, that can mean anything from
Thank you, Travis.
we've started coming up with
Stop
some
it.
words for them
Just
to
keep
like
digging,
Carey is
pal.
coloring them. No, I'm just saying like people are like, then why aren't they out? Because it takes like a year and a
It does take a long
half.
time. We have to write them. Carey's
Yeah.
got to draw them. We
Yeah.
have to talk
Every
about it.
single copy you buy, Carey
Individually
draws by
drawn.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in her illuminated script.
We have to be embarrassed by how good Carrie's pictures are, and then make up better words to go
Yeah.
along.
Right.
With the pictures, it's a process.
That we write in by hand on top of the other
Mhm.
speech bubbles until everything's illegible.
Folks, that's all I got. Thank you so much
Okay.
for talking to me
Thank
about your
you,
great
Thank
book.
you, Ben.
Good
Thank
job.
you. You are our friend.
Have a fun time with the rest of your evening.
Wild thing to
Weird,
say.
weird thing to say.
You are our friend, Ben.
We'll miss
Ben,
you very much.
Ben, friend.
Ben knows what I mean.
Ben does it.
Ben
Bye.
knows.
Bye, Ben.
All right.
Ben,
And-
you're
and-
free to go, please.
Hey, Carrie, I'm gonna whisk you away too, so we can welcome our next speakers. at
Bye,
this
Carey. Our next
TEDx.
friends.
Our next
Our
friends.
next friends. They are our friends. Hi,
There's two-
Jen.
Oh
Hi,
my
Gabe.
God.
Clint,
Yeah,
Clint, you told
hi.
me we were dressing up and no one else is
Oh, we
dressed up.
should have clarified,
Oh,
Gabe.
man.
Okay, I'm
Very
so
Sorry,
sorry.
that's so embarrassing.
Hello, Janet.
Hi,
Janet,
friends.
Hi,
what is
Janet.
your background? Are you coming from
I'm
a
coming
beautiful
to
lake?
you from Cloth.
Ah.
I'm coming to you
Oh.
from the city of Cloth. Yeah,
Wonderful.
this is a beautiful
That messed
cloth.
my brain all the way up.
Yeah,
Me
man,
too,
it's
when the
really
mountains
tripping
rain.
me
Wait,
up.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
after. That's what I'm after.
boy.
Oh man.
Delightful. Thank you both for doing this with
absolutely.
us.
Thanks for having us.
I've just noticed that Travis's headphones, I believe, have RGB gamer lights on them.
I'm a gamer,
or-
baby.
Okay,
Sports.
cool.
My whole day's about those lights now.
That's all I care about. We will
Sorry,
discuss
guys.
that
I don't know
after
what
this
to tell you.
after this session. Shall we hop into it?
Yeah, I'd love to read some of this fantastic book.
Let's
A lot
do
of
it.
pressure. I just spent a lot of time listening to how much everyone loves Cassidy. And
don't put
a
that-
lot of
No, you'll be
pressure
great.
right
That's
now.
why we awarded you the part.
Yeah.
Without
yeah,
any
sure.
discussion about what Cassidy should sound like, let's do it. Woo!
Okay, well, in spite of your indiscriminate shouting of nonsense words, I think you guys are all right. I hope the sheriff agrees.
Rumble crash.
Do you get a lot of those?
Tremors? No, not really. I need to go check it out. Just stay here and don't do anything bad.
Slam. Decodable, breakable, stealable, locked, also locked.
To be fair, they just met us a few minutes ago.
They'll learn.
All right, let's start with the dex drawer.
Hell yeah.
Let me give yous a fair warning. Roswell's gonna raise a real stink if yous mess with that drawer.
Who the hell?
Don't worry, partners. I'm all over this. Dear lady, have you heard the word of pan today?
Oh, that never goes well.
Click. Burgle unlocks locks.
Keys? A crummy bunch of keys? I just wasted an unlocking spell to get keys to something I could have used a spell on.
Oh, and a magic alarm too. Great.
This is bad. This is a bad thing I did. wonder if Roswell's too far away to hear it.
Stomp, stomp, stomp. Woo! Wham! 11:25 a.m.
So no.
11:30 a.m.
Told you they'd be pissed.
Okay, so I gave you guys a chance and you immediately blew it. Now I've got to go back to the general store because they got hit pretty hard by that tremor. You can still wait here for Sheriff Isaac. But now you can do it inside that cell.
Wham!
Oh man, I hope this isn't going my permanent record.
So first time in the slammer, big guy? Just follow my lead.
Wait, where'd you get that harmonica?
Oh, this thing? I did a bit of trading. Had a rock hammer tucked away in a hollow chapter of the old Extreme Teen Bible. Scored some root beer barrels for my trouble, too.
We have been in here for 15 seconds, and there's only one other person in here.
Magnus, please. In situations like this, it's important to not exhibit signs of weakness. Observe. Hey, you, listen up. Us three are the baddest Broncos this side of...
Howdy!
Oh, fuck!
Salutations, cellmate. What do you say we start over, huh?
Saladacious? What are you saying? That Gerblin speak. Deputy! Hey, Deputy, got an inkling these three are Gerblins stacked on up wearing people skins.
Hey! Ma'am, I assure you, we're no Gerblins.
That's what a Gerblin say, huh?
Let's start over. Again. Name's Merle. That's Magnus. And the wizard with the soiled robes over there, that's named Taco.
Charmed.
Oh, hell, y'all seem all right.
Yeah, rustic hospitality.
Hey, that's my line.
I ain't never met a bunch of Gerblin skinwalkers for.
And technically, you still haven't.
Name's Cassidy, but my friends call me Cassidy.
That's... Okay, fine. Hi, Cassidy.
Hey, you Marchus.
Cassidy, race half orc, class minor, proficiencies, digging diamonds, very specific skill set with bombs, down home homilies.
What? No, he's Marchus. I'm Taco.
Whatever you say, Torgo.
Okay, I think we're good on introductions.
May I ask what got you locked up, Cassidy?
Oh, that. Trespassing. Used to work in the mines below town before they got shut down. Got caught trying to slip back in.
They jailed you for trespassing?
I know, right? Sheriff Isaac took me in and he confiscated all the damn explosives I had on me.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
Cassidy, you seem like someone who's got their finger on the pulse.
Hell yeah, I got some big ideas about how Refuge should run. Lots of folks tell me, they say, Cassidy, you got stink ideas. But you know what I say to that? I say, they're the stink ones.
That's telling them. What do you know about that eye-catching statue outside?
Oh, that? Kind of an eyesore, if you ask me. That's that visitor there with the little June bug and the old mare, Jack. They, got themselves killed down there in the mines.
Is that why the mines are on lockdown, then?
Well, I'm not really sure I'm supposed to be.
Rumble!
Cassidy, what's up with the earthquakes in this godforsaken town?
What kind of crack is that?
Sorry, guess that was a little judgy.
We weren't talking about what you said, Muscles.
Thank you.
Now, I know you Gerblins and me ain't exactly seen eye to eye up to this point, but how's about we make a little circle of trust between y'all and Cassidy?
Shrimp crash.
You don't narc me out,
Shrimp crack. Crash.
and I'll pardon you once I'm in charge.
She's so lucky. I've always wanted to do a Shawshank. Ugh.
You don't think it serves the narrative to just sit on our asses?
No, I don't. I think we should scoot out of here and go help with whatever's going on.
We haven't even gotten the lay of the land yet. I'm a little nervous about going rogue before we know what's going on here.
But somebody may be in trouble while we're sitting here and doing nothing. Maybe if we help, we could win them over.
So I can't say no. I can't say no to you when you're being all sincere and hero-y.
Okay, so which direction do you think Roswell went?
Gotta figure those are their tracks.
Good eye, Merle.
One advantage of being lower to the ground.
What's up, Max?
Oh, somebody's being sneaky creepy over there.
Probably a fan. You'll get used to it. Yes, it's me, Taco from TV. No time for autographs. Maybe later. Oh, the trimmer really caused some hell out here.
Oh, inside too.
Okay, seriously? Seriously, you couldn't wait in the cell like I asked you? Nicely?
The earthquake popped our cell open, and we didn't want you to come back and think we had escaped.
So, we escaped to come tell you we didn't escape.
And the quake also sucked Cassidy right out of her cell.
Sucked her right out.
Whoosh! Just like that. Whoosh!
Drop.
That's it. I've had it with you three.
Crack-a-boom. Crack-a-boom. Whoosh. Rumbledy.
Incredible. Sheriff, now would be a good time to come out of hiding.
Oh, is it always like this in your town?
In our magic bubble town? No, it's usually pretty uneventful. What the fuck did you three bring with you?
Whoosh. Crackle, crackle.
You guys have been here 45 minutes.
Huh, you should see what we can do in an hour.
11:52 a.m. Crash, crackle, whoosh.
Help the survivors!
Scoop, crackle, rumble, boom.
Over here.
Fuzz. Vroom.
Hey, hang in there. You're going to be okay.
Taco?
Dun, dun,
Wow. Amazing.
Cliffhanger.
Wow.
Twit.
This is
Wow.
written and drawn so well.
I gotta buy this book, guys. I
gotta
gotta
buy
find
this
out.
book.
I gotta find out what happens.
It's really freaking cool.
Edge of my seat.
Yeah, it's amazing. Hey,
people,
we want everybody to buy our book.
Yeah.
But Gabe, Janet, what about you? What do you want people to buy? We're hogging the
Besides
spot.
our book.
Besides our book, obviously. That's taken
It
for
would be
granted.
weird if you came on here and like, well, not your book.
It's gonna sound weird, but not your night.
yeah.
I'd love for people
Yeah.
to buy your book. I would
Thanks,
love for people to buy your
Janet.
book.
I think people should buy more books in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gabe,
that's
well
And
said.
if you want a shell, I'll give you a shell. That's it. Actually, I wrote a book
Yes.
recently.
It's easy, right?
No, not at all. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Oh, Gabe, just have someone
it
else
wrong.
write it and you jump in and just like do the jokes. It's
or
great.
just be like, that's not right. That's not right. That's
You
not
can
Get
right.
my dad
see
right,
that?
Gabe.
yeah,
Gabe,
man.
tell me about your book.
I wrote a kid's guide to tabletop role playing games.
Ooh, come on.
It comes out in June. My nephew loves tabletop games, but didn't really know what I did. And like, I wanted a book that he could understand what I do, and then probably start making games better than I ever could. Like, I started this late, so if he starts now, he's gonna be making dope stuff, and then I can play it when I'm retired.
There you
Perfect.
go.
That
That's
sounds
awesome.
so good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
You're going to
Janet,
love being retired.
Yeah.
Janet, you have a podcast that everyone should listen to.
I'm sure I'll write a book someday, but until then, I want you to buy these fine folks' books. I'm talking about Gabe's in June. I'm talking about The Adventure Zone. You
Janet,
can
I'll
listen to some
write
books.
your book for you, and then you can just come and do all the jokes and
I
edits.
love to
and
do
learn people
jokes,
can do
and I
that.
love
Yeah.
to tell people what they're doing wrong. Thank you.
I'll push
absolutely.
something for Janet because I guarantee there's a huge crossover. Janet and Dante Basco have an Avatar podcast called Braving the Elements.
That's true.
That is wonderful. So if you're a fan of Avatar: Last Airbender or Korra, make sure you check that out. Also, I just got done doing Sketchfest, and it was absolutely wonderful. So go to Sketchfest in 2024, everybody. Jan's one of the organizers and founders. So make sure you go to Sketchfest.
Yeah, you have almost a year to get ready for it. So you
Yeah.
can start picking your outfits now and watch my social media for more.
Done deal.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, you're set.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
ready.
Set.
Don't ask why I had that within arm's reach. That's irrelevant.
Thank you, Gabe and Janet,
Thanks,
for
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
here with
Joining
us. Y'all
us.
crushed
Super
it.
fun.
Thank you.
I think we're going to take a brief hiatus. We are. This stream is not. It's not
Yeah.
going to end.
And it's 10 minutes, which I wouldn't really call a hiatus. Like if someone said our show's going on a hiatus.
Yeah, our show's going on. This stream's going sabbatical for 10 minutes.
Is it enough time for me to get this damn chainmail
Yes,
off?
we're gonna
Yeah,
have a
Dad. And again, I'm sorry we made you wear that, Dad.
Yeah, I don't know why we forced you to. So we're gonna look at some beautiful art during this brief intermission. We've got an exclusive slideshow just for you. So make sure you watch it, and we're gonna take a brief break, and then we'll be right back with more pals, more jokes, more fun, more love, more laughter.
Yeah, there it is. More living, more learning,
More
Yeah.
luck.
more.
Please
more
just
losing.
cut us off
Please
because
stop us.
we can't.
Yeah.
We
don't
never know.
we don't know how to-
Lasagna. We love lasagna.
Gotta
Stop.
go ahead and
Just like
cut it out.
Garfield. Yeah.
There you go. we're back.
Yeah.
Hey, hello. Very smoothly done.
Very smooth.
Yeah, Max changed. She's comfortable.
That's all that matters for
That's
me.
the important thing.
Hey, for a second, I was like, "Who's Max?" And I was really confused.
Yeah, Dad was on his knees in my office with his hands above his head as
like a toddler.
I tried to pull the chainmail off.
Our buddy Charlie Olson sent a message and he said, "Hey, I love that chainmail. What was it made out of? Wool?" I said, "No, heavy ass metal."
But he can take a bullet with that thing on.
Charlie is our friend, but he's also our literary agent. We don't thank him enough.
I think
Dad, call him your
friend.
Dad, call him your friend. Outlet. No, because if you don't explicitly say it now,
I think this is a circumstance, Griffin, where Dad said our friend Charlie Olson instead of the literary agent who's responsible for the graphic novel.
That's fair. Yes, that's fair.
I didn't mean it to be diminishing in any way, shape, or form.
No. What could be a greater honor than to be Dad's friend?
Be my friend.
Charlie, friend.
All right.
You guys know about the EGOT. That's the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, Clint's friend. Okay, we have speaking of friends that we love to welcome onto the stage. Let me see if I can beam them here with my mind.
Yes, please. Can you hear us, Jean and Krystina? Krystina Arielle and Jean, no problems, Grae.
I don't want no problems. I don't want any. I gotta let it be known. Sometimes you gotta type it out.
No problems.
Gene,
I should have thought to do that, Gene. That would solve a lot of problems. If if I just said it up front, hey everybody.
And then they'd be like, oh, I didn't know.
I was gonna bring problems, but
Hey, Gene, you are my friend, and I wanted you to know.
Yes, that's right. I forgot to say hello.
Krystina,
top liver.
We can't see you.
We can't see you, Krystina.
What do you mean?
Oh, that must have seemed so rude from.
I'm sorry. You're my friend, Krystina.
Yay!
Nice meeting you.
Accepted.
Krystina, is there a large metal pipe
behind
behind you?
Who is and his friend tonight? It's a very big honor.
I've been listening, and I was hoping he would call me his friend, and it happened.
We'll see if okay. Krystina, is there a large steam pipe behind you? Is your studio steam powered?
That would be very cool.
That would be cool.
But I think maybe that might be the issue.
Yes, it would explain the lag spikes that we are currently experiencing. Krystina, are you torrenting pirated blockbuster films?
This is a grand tradition started by Matthew Lillard in our last stream and continue on.
I've turned off everything. Can you hear me?
Okay.
It's so much better. That fixed it.
Good.
Whatever you did.
Okay.
It's because Krystina, you didn't put no problems.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
No problem.
What it was.
Yeah.
Shall we do a reading?
Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Okay. Dad, are you the Sphinx?
I'm the sound effects.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Don't worry, guys. He's not totally gonna make a huge meal of this. It's just gonna be real down the middle. Very simple.
Hey, as Thomas Jefferson says in 1776, I wrote all of it, Mr. Adams. Well, the sound effects.
Yeah.
Also, hey, we give you a lot of credit for writing it. F off, old man.
Yeah, man. You got your due. Okay,
all right.
Now pronounce 3 letters.
Slam.
11:10 a.m.
Howdy.
You can't smoke that in here.
What? Oh, this is fake. I use it when I'm trying to look intimidating.
Chew.
How's it working so far?
Look, buddy.
Hi. I'm Taco from TV.
You.
Drop. Smash.
You're
Taco from
Taco
from TV.
from TV. I'm your biggest fan.
Finally, an NPC with taste.
Oh, I watched every single one of your shows. the hell are you doing in refuge? Wait, how'd you get through the bubble in the first place?
Listen,
Ren.
Ren. The whole sketch is wild, but I knew a fellow magician would understand, and I can tell you're a student of the arcane arts.
Ren, race elf, class saloon owner, proficiency slinging the suds, taco fandom, wizard wannabe.
You knew that? You can sense my power?
Actually, I just saw that ginormo staff you got behind the counter and put two and staff together. So, anyways, I'm here to save the town and by extension, the world, and by further extension, the linear flow of time itself.
You're what?
Oh, and can I get a sarsaparilla, by the way? I'm parched.
So you're here to
save the town.
From what exactly?
God, that's vulgar.
The town?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Gonna get exploded real good. Or maybe imploded. I don't know. We only gone through it once so far, really learning on our feet here. It's like this, Ren.
You're caught in a time loop.
Wait, has something like this happened before?
Oh, not as far as I'm aware. It just seemed like what you're getting at. And time's always misbehaving around these parts. Ever since the bubble went up a couple years back, we've had all kind of weird phenomena around town. The temple got unbuilt. The mines got time stuck. I swear, some days time stretches on like taffy. Only we're all so in it, we can't notice the difference. And through all of it, we're just trapped here. Safe, some safe from the world outside. But now we're trapped like rats. I swear, your show is the only thing keeping me sane in here.
You still watch?
Of course, man. Your show in Wajera Woods killed last month.
Last month?
Yeah. And once this bubble pops, first thing I'm doing is getting tickets to your next show.
My next show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem, Ren. I don't really do that anymore. And if you're under the impression that I do, then, well, time may be a lot more fucked up than you know.
So, you're saying...
Hey, Ren, remember time loop? As much as I'd love to recount my professional trauma with you, I'm kind of in crunch mode at the moment.
Oh, okay. What do you need?
Well, what I need is man, Gene, you're really good at this. Okay, I'm trying to be better at acting. Hold on.
Yeah,
well,
let's focus. Let's focus up for a second.
Okay, everybody, shut up. You're not helping.
She's having a moment. She's having a moment.
I know,
No,
but
you're doing good. We don't
you're
usually
like,
bring
you're like,
it.
are good at acting, and I'm just okay. Here it goes.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Well, what I need is the thing that's causing all the time weirdness. Any chance you got a lead on where something like that might be?
Oh, well, let's see. I mean, if I wanted to keep something that powerful hidden, well, the safest place in town would probably be the bank vault, but there's...
Oh! So that's why you're planning on robbing the bank.
Twitch.
Why I'm... That's a good one, partner. Anyways, I'd better get scooting. Lots of bartendy stuff to do back here.
Wait, I didn't mean to.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Bye.
Slam. Oh well. There's always next loop.
11:25 a.m.
Wrestle. I love that show, Shift Creek.
Let's pretend that's what I intended.
Yeah.
Peak.
Magnus,
Tim.
surreptitiously rushes.
Creek.
You need help, don't you?
Ah! She need defibrillator.
Come now, dear. Something tells me you're in a bit of a hurry. I am Paloma, but I already know your name, yes. Introductions are not necessary.
But we've never.
What can I help you with, Magnus Burnsides?
Paloma, race, human, class, oracle, proficiencies, predictions, prophecies, crystalline feng shui.
Okay. Well, my friends and I come from beyond the bubble,
I know this.
and we're here to solve Refuge's troubles.
I know this also.
Well, I'm glad one of us has a grip on what's going on here.
Scone?
I'm good, thanks.
Ah, shame. Maybe next cycle you come back and try the skull?
Sure.
You're wondering how I know of your predicament?
I'm guessing it has something to do with your overhead decor.
Ah, so observant, my prophecies. Some big, some little. They show things to come, fates to be averted, fates to be embraced. You seek help, the prophecies can help.
Okay, so do I just pluck one down? You got a stepladder I could borrow?
No, you mustn't. When Istis is ready to reveal her whims to you, she will do so without your intervention.
Sorry, Istis?
Istis, goddesses of fate, weaver of the world tale. You know this.
Can't say as I do. Guessing that's her place down the road. Looks like it's seen better days, though, with the earthquakes around here. It's a miracle that.
No, earthquakes. The temple is fine.
But,
It is here, but it is not now. It is locked away in another time. The door will open, but only when
Estes is ready, right? So we wait.
yes, we wait. And so, I ask again. Don't.
Slam.
God, I hope you're having better luck with your loop. We're like minutes from Beastville, and I haven't.
Oh, doggo.
11:35 a.m.
Well, how about next time, Loop? You get to interrogate the townies, and I get to have a tea party.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Welcome, Taco.
I told you she was a fan.
I've never seen your work, dear, but I have seen you, and I've seen the paths you might follow.
Oh, it's a magic thing, right? So,
You may call me Paloma.
right on, Paloma. You can see the future, right?
In a manner of speaking. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, then, why don't you go ahead and just tell us how we break the loop, grab the chalice, and scoot on back home?
Oh, Taco, tell me, what would be the fun in that?
Oh. Okay, so you have no idea.
I did not say that.
Tink. Whoosh.
Whoa!
Smash.
Smashable.
Well, dears, did that help?
Not really.
I do not choose which prophecy should be revealed if Istis wills it. Only then shall we.
Yeah, cool. Maybe tell us this. We're on a pretty tight schedule. Where do you keep your scissors, by the way?
Crash.
Whoa.
Hell yeah! 2 for 1 prophecy BOGO.
both the prize you seek and the destruction you've seen come from below. You are not prepared to face it. But you must know its face.
Oh, well, fuck.
Well,
Yay.
the end of the
That's
book.
the end of the book. Fantastic.
That was
Wow.
lovely. Thank you both.
Everybody's
so
got to
much.
buy this one.
Yeah, this is a must-have.
This is a
I'm going on
must-have.
book list.
Buy a book.
By book. By book.
You,
Big
you don't
friend?
want no problems. You got to put no problems.
No problem.
problem.
On the back of the
No,
book.
no problems. Buy
Be
a book.
friend.
Buy a book. It's no problem.
No
Look,
problems.
That's all you need. Get
Be
that, I'm gonna
friends.
get that tattoo.
Be
Buy
Buy
a book.
friends.
By book.
No
No,
problems.
Hey, Gene,
Mhm.
didn't you write a book?
I'm in the tail end. That was said by and laughed at by people who know writing books is a lot.
Yeah.
Wrapping up writing a book, and so I guess that'll be out in 2024. So yeah, you don't have to buy anything else from that. And don't make direct eye contact if you see me in the street.
There
That
you
would
go.
be the greatest gift of all.
Huge
I think.
takeaway. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Fantastic.
that. Krystina, what about you? What can people do to support you? Like emotionally,
I
financially, whatever.
Spiritually.
I would like an emotional support penguin. If you can provide one, that would be
Hey,
fantastic.
okay.
No
Ah.
problem.
Anyone
Somebody
got an extra penguin
Steal
lying
Krystina a
around?
penguin.
Who's getting?
That's-
Clint?
He's
My
ordering a
friend
penguin
is
on the
right
dark
on
web.
it.
Penguin.
On it.
Yeah, that's real. That's real friendship right there.
You are a friend.
That's a
You
real
are
friend.
my friend,
Yeah.
and so are you.
No, it's yeah. This whole
Oh.
bit.
Well,
This whole
you
bit's
can
great.
support a thing. It's so my name is Krystina Arielle. I host Star Wars The High Republic show on StarWars.com. So you can go and check that out. We have a new episode coming very soon. I'm actually hopping on a plane after this to go and do that. So
Ooh,
I
cool.
appreciate
Mm.
it. And that's how you can do the support. And that was so fun. Like I love Paloma so much. And I want
You're
to scone.
great.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Fantastic.
You are
Absolutely
fantastic.
incredible.
All of you, congratulations. I'm so
Thank
happy
you.
to hear everyone. Good
Thank
fucking
you.
job.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thanks,
both of you. Thanks
Gene.
for coming to our show.
Yes.
Let
It's
me
really
come play
fun.
games with you. I want to do the
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes. Let's do the thing. And by
But
which
now
I mean
you two
end-
get out of
ending
here.
our live
Hey, go
stream.
King Road.
Hey.
Hey, thank you to everybody who came out and guested. And Travis is going to run down the whole list right now because I just got
Yeah, we're gonna
a
say thank
pop-up.
you to Gene, to Krystina,
Where's Carey? Hey,
Janet.
Carey.
Hello.
to Mega Ran, to oh, I know I'm forgetting people. I know I am. Who was else? Gabe and scroll.
Janet
scroll.
Varney.
I
Yes.
said Janet.
You did say
Yes.
Janet.
Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Carey. Carey, you work so hard on these,
Yeah.
and you just do such a good job. And
And Aabria.
Aabria,
of course,
thank you.
Aabria.
But Carey, you're the best. I'm just really happy we get to work with you and stuff.
Oh,
It's
guys.
genuinely an honor. This book is so it feels weird and probably to everybody watching a little douchey for us to be as complimentary of the book as we are, but we wrote it a long time ago and your art is so fucking good.
So
It's
good.
like an absolute treat to read it.
I can't
Oh.
imagine us doing this with anybody but you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I feel so lucky that we all get to work on this as a team. I feel like it is rare to get to be on a project where everyone cares so much about making the whole thing the best it possibly can be. And it is just a treat every time.
We also want to say thank you to Charlie Olson, as Dad mentioned, our literary agent. This wouldn't have happened without him.
Thank you to
Calista,
Tom.
to
Thank you
Tom,
to Tom for
Thanks,
running
Tom.
the stream for us.
and
today.
Amanda, and
Calista.
Sarah,
Thanks.
and
And
Calista.
everybody
Sarah
at
and
first
Calista,
second.
Everybody
Yeah.
at first second.
They all work so hard to make
Thank
this.
you, Morgan.
Yeah, thanks, Morgan. Of course.
Thank you, Morgan and Molly and Kirk.
Molly,
And thank you to
everybody.
me.
And everybody.
All
Thanks,
right.
Travis.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
welcome,
Carey,
Dad.
who else worked on this book besides us? I know there's other people that make it a book.
There's Ben. So Tess Stone did the lettering. He is a genius cartoonist, and everybody should read his work. Natalie Reese did the introduction tapestry spread, which is just drop
so
dead
cool.
gorgeous. So everybody should check out Natalie's work also.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Hey, thanks everybody. And make sure you buy a lot of them, and make sure you tell everybody else to buy a lot of them, so
Yeah.
you can finish. So Big Comic
Yeah,
will
run
let
that
us
ticker.
finish.
Run
Yeah.
that beautiful beam footage. Get your exclusive purchase from Brookline Booksmith or Left Bank Books. Details at bit.ly/TazGN Live 2023, folks. And it's going to come back around. Watch it.
There it is.
Oh, no, I'm going the wrong way.
All right, bye guys.
Dance
Good
my
job,
puppet.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Carey.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.